guys, how is everybody? There's been a common theme that's been happening in my life recently, and I really wanted to share it because I don't think I'm the only one that has experienced this. I look back, yes, I'm 49 years old. I look back at the years of my life and I think about certain things that people would say to me, like, oh my God, you're so motivating, you're so inspiring, you should be a motivational speaker. Yeah, okay. You go about your business, and I've created several businesses, and I seem to always create them and move on, create them and move on. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? I love everything. Then I started getting a complex of, do I quit because it gets hard? Do I quit because I get bored? Is there something wrong with me? Well, what I've come to realize is always looking for that passion that fills my happiness. We get so far and then it's, okay, I've done that. And I love that I've been so multifaceted because it's really broadened my mind. It's broadened my experiences to really have a knowledge about a lot of different things that I've played with in life. And I say played with because I've had so much fun doing what I've done. And I can even look back now and say, even in those moments where it was really, really difficult, those are really my most memorable moments that I can really take pause and be thankful for those moments because that's what redirected the path. I heard something today that really struck a chord with me, and I can't help but to not pay attention to it. It was called Coming Home. It was a story he was telling about the prodigal son and how his parents invested and just gave him two kids, just sent them out. And he made the comment about at holidays, we as children, we go away, but we always go back home. Well, let's take that on a broader perspective of what we're trying to gain in life. We've been given a gift of birth, and we basically have two options to make a decision in our life. We have the option to be negative and make bad decisions, make poor decisions, and kind of throw away the gift that we've been given. Or we have that decision to make really good choices to go home. Where's that soul belong? Where does that heart belong? And I can really look back and say all those dark moments were really helping to redirect me to come back home to what I've always been meant to do. I have such a heart for people, and I look at everything that I've done in my entire life, and it's always come down to helping other people. And now I just feel like I need to help in a much broader way. Another thing that came up the other day, I watched an interview with Marie Forleo and Elizabeth Gilbert. She's the one that wrote Eat, Pray, Love. She's also written a new book. It's called Big Magic. That book is such a game changer. She talks about fear and how she brings it alongside of her on a road trip, and she makes fear take a back seat. And I love how she explained it, because fear is there for a very defined reason. We're scared to do certain things to protect us. So we're not jumping off of cliffs or doing anything crazy, ridiculously stupid, to protect our lives. But fear doesn't know when to not protect us. When we come up against something that we're not aware of, that we don't have a, mindset of, we get fearful of it. So we tend to go, But she's like, come on, fear, you can come with me. But you're gonna sit in the back seat. You're not allowed to touch the radio. You're not allowed to touch any of the controls. You can be there, but I'm in the driver's seat and I'm taking control. And I'm choosing to be happy because fear, you don't belong here. Because this is not going to kill me if I make a phone call. It's not gonna kill me if I decide to go live. It's not gonna kill me if I do what's on my heart. So instead of talking ourselves out of something, embrace that fear, be okay with it, and say, yeah, it's there for a reason to protect me, but I don't need you right now. I don't need to be protected. I want to move forward with something. And the whole reason being for that is we're here as a voice to this world and to bring something to it. There's no one else like me. There's no one else like you. So what is your voice and what do you have to bring to the world? And that's what's really been the common denominator of everything that's been happening in my life recently. Because yes, I've had a lot of fears in my life that have held me back from doing things that I've wanted to do. And yes, I talk myself out of doing things, for crying out loud. And am I exactly where I thought I should be at 49 years old? Hell no. Because of that 4-letter F word that always got in my way. And I'm really tired of it being in my way. So she began to tell a story about how we all have a voice and how we're meant to bless somebody, that we're meant to be that voice in someone's life. If we don't use it, we never know what it's there for. So in her writings, she really did not set out to be a famous author. She wrote because she loved writing. And she found joy and happiness in it, but she had other things that funded her life, that paid her bills. But she promised to always write. And if something made it, it made it. But it didn't matter. She didn't have an expectation to it. And sometimes we put so much expectation on what we want out of life, we feel that we failed and we give up. Well, folks, it's time to not give up, and it's time to find those things that make you happy and do what makes you happy, because that's truly what it means to come home. If you're miserable with your job, if you're miserable with certain facets in your life, it's time to take the reins and understand, why exactly are you unhappy in that moment, and what can we really be doing to get past it, to find our happy place. So I just want to challenge you, just for a few moments, think about your happy meter. Think about where you are in your level of happiness, and does it need adjusted? Is there fear there? Why is there unhappiness there? What do we need to do to change? Folks, this last year, I am telling you, I dug so deep into the depths of my soul. I had no clue where the hell I was last year, but I'm sure as shit happy that I found myself. It was not easy. It was the most difficult, heart-wrenching time that I have ever been through, but so worth it. And I look back at every one of my dark moments, and I'm so grateful and so thankful for the lessons that this life has given me to prepare for this journey that I'm ready to go on now. And, I just thank all of you that have been following me and watching my story. It's been treacherous. So as we've all had really rough pasts, we've all had really bad moments. But it's up to you to say, I'm growing from it, I've learned the lesson through it, and I'm taking it to the next level. Or you can maintain being the victim, and I'm telling you, there is no joy at all in being the victim. So folks, really think about that happiness meter and figure out where you are and what you need to change or do to be happy and full of joy, so that you can make a difference with the people that you come into contact with on a daily basis. Mwah! Thank you so much.